Look at that right there. Man, oh man. Hey guys, it's Jason. We're up here at Franklin Chevy in Statesboro. This is a used one right here, but this is a Bronco Everglades edition. This is the Bronco that I almost always wanted. And the reason I say that is they fell short in a little bit. And I understand why, and I'll explain it to you, but this Bronco right here, they don't make it anymore, discontinued it. It's not available in 25, it was out for 22, 3, 4. That was it, I think, were those 3 years. But I love what they did here, but they had a couple huge misses. This one, shockingly, there's a lot of money in this thing, aftermarket. You probably got $2,500 or $3,000, maybe even more in just the KC lights alone. You probably got $2,000 in a rack and setup on there that he's got on this thing. I mean, there's some serious money on this. He's got aftermarket lights on it. The winch does come with it already, if I'm not mistaken. But he's got aftermarket lights down there. I mean, he's got some cash wrapped up in this thing, no doubt about it. Power running boards that are on it that I'm sure he put on there. And it's a 2024 with only 13,000 miles on it. I don't understand the problem, but I do know the problem for me was this is one of them right here. Okay, the 2.3 liter. At first, when I saw one of these and I found out it was a 2.3, I was kind of shocked. I did a video review on it last year, and I was shocked that it was a 2.3. We know the reason it is a 2.3 is because it is an Everglades edition, and it has a very high 35-inch. So basically, the top of these 35-inch tires, water fording capability. So it's got a pretty high water fording capability, but that is because the 2.3 has a high alternator. The 2.7 version of the Bronco has a low alternator, which would be flooded out and not work. That alternator is way down there too low and it'd be flooded. And so this thing would crash out on you all the time in the water. And it is called an Everglades edition. So they had to put the 2.3 in there. My concerns were the fact that this thing with 35-inch tires on it, and I don't remember what the gear ratio was, but being a 4-cylinder with the gear ratio and running 35s, and it's being available with front and rear lockers, having this thing fully locked up in the mud, the motor wouldn't have the power to turn them over, especially with mud-packed wheels, mud tires on there and done upright. I didn't think it'd have the power to move it, especially, like I said, in the peanut butter mud and stuff that we have down here. But I do love this. This is by far my favorite Bronco. Now, all Broncos piss me off with this. I cannot stand. Now, this was probably locked, is it? Let's see. No, look. This. See that right there? Watch this. See that window go up and down? I cannot stand that. That is like the worst engineering thing there is in the world, is how these windows go up and down. Every time you open and close the door, the windows go up and down. Worst design in history. I cannot stand it. I'm sure it works. I'm sure it's okay. It just bugs me. I just cannot tolerate. I cannot stand the look of this half done. I don't know. It bothers me. It's just a personal preference, but this whistling and things like that, I'm just not a fan of the door design on the Broncos. So it's always been kind of I'm not going to lie. I'll be 100% honest with you. That door thing right there has been my #1 stopper for me or Tina getting a Bronco. We both love them, and we have been that close a couple of times, including on the Everglades. I was almost ready to go back up there and start making a deal, and I even called around, and there was like 28 of them within like 5 hours of me. I mean, I was this close to buying it. And then I started looking at the gear ratios, doing the math, doing the things, and again, for 99% of people, it would be perfectly fine. For me down here in the mud down here constantly, that's where my concern came in. But I really love it and I wanted it. But every time, and then we almost bought the Sasquatch package Wild Track one or whatever it was, but a couple years ago. But this has always been, this right here has been the thing that has stopped me every single time. Without fail, without question, always been my #1 stopping thing that makes me go, nah, I just can't do it. But as far as Broncos go, this has always been my absolute favorite one. Snorkel on there for the deep water fording, the perfect Sasquatch package on here, great tires, love the wheels that are on it, love everything about it, factory steel bumpers, factory worn winch coming with it, the winch assembly on the front, everything that you're looking at basically. It even comes with a roof rack similar to this, but it's made by Ford. He put his own on here, but it comes with a roof rack on it already. I mean, I don't know what the heck that thing is underneath there. Whatever he's got going on under there, I got no clue. I think that's just a shovel, so he can take Bud home with him. Maybe it picks up special rocks or something when he's going through the woods. But the whole concept of this vehicle, I straight up love it. It is a bummer it has only the 2.3, and the 2.3 is an excellent motor. Don't think for a second I'm knocking that 2.3. The 2.3 is one of my favorite motors that Ford makes. The new one I'm not sure about in the new 2025s because it is all new. Ford didn't tell us they did a new motor, kept it quiet and under wraps, but it is all new. But this one is in here, okay, the one that's been out since like 2019 or whatever. I love that 2.3. It has been a absolute amazing motor. And even in this vehicle, it's gonna work like a champ. But in this vehicle, with all four wheels locked and sunk up to here in peanut butter mud, will it be able to turn all four wheels over? Or will I literally just max it out and just go, and my tax stuck at 1,200 RPM because it can't break these four wheels free? That's my fear with this vehicle. And that's the only reason I didn't buy it. That and the stupid windows. But what a beautiful truck right there. And again, the window thing is a personal preference. So far to date, I've only heard of one person having a problem with this, and that was because it froze on him, and when he went to open his door, something cracked right there in the corner. But realistically, I don't hear of a lot of problems with that. But for me, it just, I can't stomach it. I cannot tolerate or stomach that drop when I open a door. And then there's our power running boards. And then when I close it, that I cannot, it just doesn't sit well with me. I can't do it. But like I said, fantastic Bronco right here, the Everglades edition. I wish they would bring it back. I wish they would bring it back with the 2.7 or even leave the 2.3, because I do love the 2.3 so much. Just re-gear the thing. You know, give it the gear capability so we have the power to be able to do it and use it. I don't need the speed. I don't need it to be the speed of a 2.7, you know, the horsepower and torque of a 2.7. A 2.3 is plenty enough if you give us the gearing. I also, yes, I could re-gear it. I don't want to pay to re-gear it. When I pay to re-gear it, I lose factory warranty. So that would never be an option for me, because if I buy something, I'm buying it, I'm putting extended warranty on it from the factory. I cannot play that game. So it would not be an option for me. But that's why I say this is almost my favorite Bronco. Okay, this is the Bronco I would almost always want to buy. I guess you could put there. You know, this is the one that almost makes me excited. This is it right here. The other ones are great. They're all fancy. I have no interest in a Bronco Raptor, none whatsoever. They can't fit anywhere I go. They can't do anything. This is it. The snorkel, the setup, the everything that we would want. The factory winch, the steel bumpers. This is everything I would want in a Bronco. I just wish that it could handle it a little bit better. And but like I said, my favorite one, and yet it was one that they sold very few of. People did not want this. They didn't want it because of the 2.3, but they were looking for because of power. Most people aren't in the swamps like I am and understand the reality of the gear ratios and the way this thing's set up and running all four lockers and how that's gonna bog everything down. They don't understand that. They're just like, I'm not buying a Bronco with a 2.3. It's got to have the 2.7. I am a man. I need a manly motor. I need a manly motor in my Bronco, and that's fine. That's why this one died. That's why it's discontinued. Yet, it is my favorite Bronco ever made. Absolute favorite Bronco trim level ever made. I'm sad to see it go, and I just wish they would have just geared it right so that wouldn't have been a problem for me. Questions, comments, how do you feel about it? What do you think of it? Should they bring it back? Should they maybe just bring it back with a better ratio in there, do it a little bit better? Like I said, I don't know, but they can't bring it back with the 2.7 because of the alternator. You can't call it an Everglades and then tell it it can only go through 24 inches of water, when Jeep's got plenty that'll go through 36 inches, 35, 34 inches of water. So you can't do that kind of thing. So let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching.